George Herman Babe Ruth Jr. was born on February 6, 1895, in Baltimore, Maryland, to George Sr. and Kate Ruth. Raised in a working-class family, Ruth's early life was marked by hardship. His father was a saloon keeper, and Ruth's mother was often absent due to illness, leaving Ruth to fend for himself. As a result, at the age of 7, Babe was sent to the St. Mary's Industrial School for Boys, an orphanage and reform school. It was at St. Mary's where Ruth's future in baseball began to take shape. At St. Mary's, Babe Ruth was introduced to baseball, and it became his passion. Under the tutelage of Brother Matthias, a Christian brother who was also a coach, Ruth honed his skills. He became a standout pitcher, showcasing both his athleticism and natural talent. His time at St. Mary's was not only formative in terms of his baseball career, but also shaped his tough, no-nonsense attitude toward life. As a teenager, Ruth's baseball potential was recognized, and at the age of 19, he was signed by the Baltimore Orioles, a minor league team in the International League. In 1914, rise to prominence, the early years in Boston. Ruth's career truly began when he was sold to the Boston Red Sox in 1914. His initial years with the Red Sox were spent primarily as a pitcher. Ruth's pitching prowess became evident during his first season, where he quickly earned a reputation for his dominant left-handed pitching and powerful arm. He won 22 games in his first full season in 1916, and in 1918, he led the Red Sox to the World Series title, thanks to his stellar pitching and ability to hit home runs as a batter. Despite his success as the pitcher, Ruth's offensive potential was beginning to emerge, and it was becoming apparent that his true talent lay in his batting. In 1919, the Red Sox, perhaps in a moment of short-sightedness, decided to sell Babe Ruth to the New York Yankees, a decision that would change the course of baseball history. This trade, often referred to as the curse of the Bambino, is seen by many as the turning point for both the Red Sox and Ruth's career. The Yankees were ready to exploit Ruth's potential as a power hitter, and the rest, as they say, is history. Career peak, dominating the game. The 1920s marked the golden era of Babe Ruth's career, as he transformed the game of baseball with his larger-than-life presence and unparalleled abilities at the plate. Ruth's peak years with the New York Yankees are nothing short of legendary. He became the face of the franchise, leading them to multiple championships and fundamentally changing the nature of the sport. 1920 to 1930 was a period where Ruth redefined the concept of power hitting in baseball. In 1920, Ruth set a new single-season record by hitting 54 home runs, a feat that shocked the baseball world. This record was significant because it demonstrated a shift away from the small ball mentality that dominated baseball at the time, where the emphasis was on base running and contact hitting. Ruth's home run hitting power became his trademark, and he quickly became the most famous player in the league. In 1921, Ruth's production continued to soar as he hit 59 home runs, which was another single-season record at the time. His ability to hit towering home runs, along with his overall batting skills, made him the most feared hitter in the league. That same year, he won his first American League Most Valuable Player MVP award, cementing his place as one of baseball's greats. But it wasn't just Ruth's hitting that made him a superstar. His larger-than-life personality, colorful lifestyle, and charisma both on and off the field made him a beloved figure. Ruth was a national sensation who transcended sports. He was a hero to the working-class fans and had a massive following. He became synonymous with baseball itself and was considered by many to be the greatest athlete of his time. In the 1920s, Ruth and the Yankees began their domination of the American League. In 1923, Ruth helped lead the Yankees to their first World Series title, and he followed this up with several more championships. Ruth's performance in the 1927 World Series, where he hit 3 home runs in a single game, is considered one of the most iconic moments in postseason history. The Yankees were led by Ruth's offensive firepower, and the team's success became closely tied to his individual achievements. Main achievements: Babe Ruth's career is filled with incredible milestones, awards, and accolades. His sheer dominance over the sport of baseball throughout the 1920s and beyond earned him a place in the Hall of Fame and solidified his legacy as one of the greatest players in the history of the game. Some of his most significant achievements include 714 career home runs, a record that stood for decades until Hank Aaron surpassed it in 1974. 7 World Series titles, winning championships with the Yankees in 1923, 1927, 1928, 1932, 1936, 1937, and 1938. 2,873 hits, accumulating more than 2,800 hits over his illustrious career. 2-time American League MVP 1923, 1927, a testament to his dominance during the peak of his career. Career batting average of .342, reflecting his ability to not only hit for power, but also average. 1927 season, where Ruth hit 60 home runs, a single-season record that would stand until 1961. First player in MLB history to hit 500 career home runs, a milestone that further solidified his legacy as a power hitter. Ruth's on-field achievements were complemented by his status as a national celebrity. He was as much a part of American culture as the game of baseball itself, with his fame extending beyond the baseball diamond. Final years and retirement. By the early 1930s, Babe Ruth's career was entering its twilight. While he had already cemented his legacy as one of the greatest players in history, the effects of aging and health began to take their toll. In 1935, Ruth's time with the Yankees came to an end, and he was signed by the Boston Braves for the final year of his playing career. Ruth's performance with the Braves in 1935 was far from the dominance of his prime years, but his legend had already been secured. After retiring from baseball in 1935, Ruth remained active in the sport as a coach and ambassador for the game. His post-retirement years were filled with public appearances and charity work, as well as efforts to promote the game of baseball. Despite his declining health, Ruth remained a beloved figure in American sports. Ruth's health began to seriously decline in the 1940s, with reports of his worsening condition. In 1948, he was diagnosed with throat cancer, and his health deteriorated rapidly. On August 16, 1948, Babe Ruth passed away at the age of 53, leaving behind a legacy that has endured for generations. His funeral, held at St. Patrick's Cathedral in New York City, was attended by thousands of mourners, underscoring his status as a national hero. Legacy. Babe Ruth's influence on the game of baseball cannot be overstated. He revolutionized the way the game was played and made baseball the national pastime of America. He is remembered not only for his on-field achievements, but also for his larger-than-life personality, which made him an enduring figure in American culture. His iconic status in baseball and his legendary feats ensured that his place in sports history would never be forgotten. Ruth is celebrated not only as a baseball player, but as a symbol of excellence, power, and American heroism. Today, Babe Ruth's name is synonymous with baseball greatness, and his legacy continues to inspire generations of athletes and fans around the world. His number 3, was retired by the New York Yankees, and the Babe Ruth Award is still given annually to the best player in the World Series. The Sultan of Swat remains an immortal figure in the world of sports, and his name is forever etched in the annals of baseball history.